Greetings, Zimbabwe. Zimbabwe has been murdered by people who are becoming ministers of ministries that they are not qualified in. For example, a lawyer Fortune Chasi being Minister of Energy instead of an electrical engineer, accountant Chitando being Minister of Mines rather than a geologist or a mining engineer, a soldier Parents Shiri being Minister of Agriculture instead of a crop scientist and an agronomist. So these people, including Chamisa, who became Minister of ICT during the GNU, he also contributed to the murder of Zimbabwe, including Tendai Biti, who became Minister of Finance when he was a lawyer. When we look at these people, for example, Fortune Chasi, he was in the arts class and he actually failed to do science subject. Electrical engineering or energy is done by people who are in the science class. Advocate Fortune Chasi actually failed to do engineering, to go in the science class. How can you be minister of something that you failed? Tendai Biti, who was in arts class at Form 3 using Form 2 results, actually failed to go into the commerce class, considering cut-off points at Form 3 using Form 2 results. And then he became Minister of Finance when he actually failed. Finance is a subject that is done by people who are in commerce class in Form 3. The same with accountant Chitando. He actually failed. In accounting was in the commercial class, and geologist and mining engineer. Mining is an activity which is done by people who are in the science class. Chitando actually failed in Form 2 to fail to go into the science class. How can you be a minister for something that you failed to? This is the reason why there is massive price increases in Zimbabwe. This is the reason why there is no electricity. This is the reason why there are no jobs, industry are closing, and why people of Zimbabwe are suffering. As we move into the future, we need to be objective. The ministers need to have core qualifications for the ministry, for the core business of the ministry that they lead. Once we do that, then there will be plenty of US dollars in the economy. Industries will operating of maximum industrial capacity utilization will increase, and also be able to export goods that we produce in industries. And obviously we sell these things from industry, because industry, Sekai Nzenza again is another person who is mentoring Zimbabwe. She did English and she is now Minister of Industry Engineering. This is the reason why industries are closing and there are no work in Zimbabwe. So I am appealing to MDC and ZANU-PF to ensure that ministers have good core qualification for the core business of the ministries that they lead, so that Zimbabweans become prosperous. This is also the reason why the ideal president for Zimbabwe is actually an engineer, or alternatively a medical doctor or someone who is in the science class. Because if we look at what is called industry or film, it is science, with commerce and arts being support services. Putting an arts background president like Mnangagwa or Chamisa being president of Zimbabwe ahead of scientists is like putting a cart ahead of an oxen. So rather than the cattle or oxen driving the cart is now in front of the oxen. So it's not possible. This is the reason why things are upside in Zimbabwe. If we are to be successful as a nation, we need to be objective in what we do, so that we become a successful nation, so that our children will respect us. But what is happening in Zimbabwe is something that is lamentable. This is why there is massive poverty in the country. So Zimbabweans, come 2023, we are advising you not to vote for corrupt political parties like ZANU-PF and MDC because of massive corruption. Because if you look at all ministers that are there in government, they don't have core qualification for the ministry that they lead. And this is the core, apart from theft of public money, apart from looting of public money being done by ZANU-PF and MDC alliance. This is the reason why